Hello, everybody. Back. Been away for a little while. In case you were wondering, no, that's not me, obviously. It's my styrofoam head with my one wig on it. I decided to go with this because A, I get sick of looking at myself while I make these videos. I know I'm not aesthetically pleasing or attractive by any stretch of the imagination or any standard. And looking at myself while trying to talk is a bit like trying to give a dissertation on quantum physics while looking at somebody blow ass into another person's mouth. Even if you have the self discipline to do it, you're not going to do it well, and it'll usually leave you traumatized. So I decided to go with that today. To give myself a break and to give you a break. And in some ways, that's kind of the perfect representation because that's how I've been feeling lately. Like a dummy head with a wig on. A made up dummy head. Um, Now, part of the reason why I haven't done a video lately is because I haven't been able to decide on what I wanted to do it on. Not because I don't have anything I want to talk about, because I have too much I want to talk about. There's been several studies that show if you send a person in to buy, say, peanut butter, and you send them into a store with only two choices, the odds of them by walking out with a jar of peanut butter fairly high. Um, However, the the more you increase the choice, the likelihood of them walking out with a jar of peanut butter or toothpaste or soda or whatever drops dramatically. And the best guess for that is when you only have a choice between two things, the odds of you making a bad choice are exactly the same as you making a good choice. 50-50. It's a toss up. And if you make the bad choice first time, well, you can go back and correct it and get the other one, and life's good. And if you choose well the first time and make the good choice, and hey, there's no reason to try the other one. But for each thing you add, the odds of you making the good choice drops from 50 to 33 to 25 and to 20 and so on. Now, of course, this has a lot to do with how the human brain's wired, that we believe there's a good choice or the best choice, and that all other choices are therefore the bad choice, or at least the lesser choice. So even though if you were to line up every jar of peanut butter there was on the market, from the most high-end, boutique, expensive, organic peanut butter to the lowest garbage, like Dollar Tree peanut butter, the actual flavor profiles between them aren't going to be that different. Some might be a little sweeter, some might be a little saltier, some might be a little chunkier, some might be a little, but they're all going to fall within pretty much the same flavor profile. But because our brains are wired that there is a good choice, the right choice, and therefore all other choices are wrong, the likelihood of making the bad choice, as that increases, the less willing we are to make any choice at all. And that's kind of been where I've been at. I've had a lot of things I want to talk about, and every time I'm like, yeah, this is what I'll go with. I'll do this first, and then I'll do everything else. Something usually happens, and it's like, no, I want to do that instead. So it's been just really hard to pick one thing, even though I can do all of them and logically do one week, you know, because I try to do these on a weekly basis. Just do a different one each week, knock them all out. Fact is, because I'm worried of doing it, getting it out there, and then having to be like, oh, wow, I wish we would have talked about that. I've been procrastinating. Plus, I've been on vacation this week and, hanging out with the family, going places, doing stuff, having a generally lovely time. My will to sit in my bedroom looking at myself as I, ramble on incoherently on a subject just did not appeal to me. But I decided that I'm going to hunker down and I'm going to do it. And of course, I've changed my mind probably about 10 times since grabbing my phone and deciding, you know what? This is the time, this is the place. So, without further ado, I'm going to talk on something I talked about a little bit in the past. Hinted at, dropped aspersions to, but I think I'm just going to talk about it. In one of my previous videos, I said how all of us on YouTube, all us content creators, are entertainers. At the end of the day, our primary job is to entertain you, the audience. Because when you're entertained, you come back, you watch our content, our numbers go up. And in the old days of YouTube, what I call the Middle Ages, I divide YouTube into, right now, 3 ages. The before time, where the whole idea of YouTube was just, putting videos of you and your friends doing stupid shit, just to have it go viral and have it be recognized, That's truly well done. The second era of YouTube, as I call the Middle Ages, was about getting enough subscribers that you could then go to a studio, talent agency, and say, hey, look, I got these numbers. How about giving me a development deal for a movie or a TV show or something like that? That was the era of personalities like Fred. Now we're in the third age, which I have in the modern era. I was going to say I hadn't come up with a name for it yet, but I just did. So, bully for me. And this was really turbocharged by what I call the panhandler websites. Kickstarter, GoFundMe, Patreon, where the more people who subscribe to you, the more people you could beg for cash, the more people who would actually give you money, and then you could cut out the need for the studio or the talent agency and just make bank off your YouTube videos. So, and that's kind of where we are now, where the biggest and best YouTubers, they're not trying to get on TV. They don't want a late night show. They don't want a sitcom or a 5 movie deal with Disney, because they're making the ka-chinga chinga chonga just doing this. And that's not to belittle some channels, because some channels take it very seriously. And they put a lot of work into it. They spend a lot of money on editing software, cameras, recording gear, etc., etc., etc. Whereas me, I'm just an idiot with a cell phone making crap videos in either their bedroom, their basement, or that's it. Actually, I was going to say the shed, but I don't have my shed shop anymore. So, but as entertainers, we have shticks. We have characters that we play. As I said before, I I am actively playing a part when I do these videos. Now the part I'm playing is very close to who I am as a person, but it's not 100%. Like, I don't go around angrily telling people to get the fuck out of here, or fuck off, or miss me with that bullshit. I'm not saying the sentiment isn't real. I'm not saying that the things that I say that about, whether it's transphobia, homophobia, or sexism, or anything like that, is not real. But I usually don't go around just actively being that belligerent. Um, it's a performance. Just like reactors, a lot of what they do is performance. Um, you know, it's it's an art form. I mean, if you watch a reaction video and you saw somebody just sit down and watch a movie or TV show, and all they did was like raise an eye or do a or huh or oh every now and again, you get bored, tune out. No, what you're going for is the big, oh my god, how's that? Wait a minute, oh, you're going for that more sticky, over the top, sensational reaction. There's a reactor. My kids and I have been watching. We've been watching her reaction to the Owl House, and we call her Emotional Breakdown Girl because she literally has an emotional breakdown for each one of her reactions. So much so that I actually worry that it's not a shtick with her, it's not performance, that she's seriously having a mental breakdown. And there's been several times when I've just felt like, it's like, are you okay? You need to seek help. You are not well. Please get therapy, get on do something, because you are not right in the head. Of course, that would not go down. It would sound like I'm trolling. But anyway. So, all of us are playing a character to some point. Some of them might be fairly close to who we are as people, like me. Some are 1,000 degrees away. But we're all here to entertain, so we get the numbers. Mostly, I'm not really looking to do this as a career, so I'm not as concerned with numbers, so I can be more myself. But still, it's nice to have numbers, and for no other reason than your opinions are getting out there and people are hearing them, and you're not just wasting your time. So, and that brings me to my comment about left tube, bread tube, and how ultimately everyone is a Che Guevara t-shirt. Now, if you don't know what left tube or bread tube is, it was a reaction to, the whole alt-right anti-SJW trend of the early to mid 2010s, when you had a lot of reactionaries going online bashing women's rights groups, racial equity groups, queer right groups, and just bashing anything that they deemed was not for conservative values. And it was hyperbolic, it was over the top, it was incendiary. Um, because they're playing characters as well. I mean, this isn't just one side or the other. I mean, we're all doing it. But it was still disgusting, and whether they believed it or not, a lot of their followers did. So, Left Tube, Red Tube kind of grew up organically as a way to counter that. And the way they did it was through very well produced, long form, you know, essay like videos. Very well researched, um, very thoughtfully given, also with entertainment. Um, Costume changes, characters, stuff like that. And a group sort of emerged from that. ContraPoints, Philosophy Tube, Sean, Vaush, Cat Black, and some others who really grew up as the counter to that. You know, probably the ground dom being Lindsay Ellis. Um, but as it went on and these people got bigger and more famous and they started to make the ka-chinga chinga chinga, it the content, I don't want to say changed, but it changed. And I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the best way I can put it. And I think the poster girl for that has been Natalie, one of ContraPoints, but she's not the only one. But the politics get less leftist, less, you know, far out. I don't want to say far out, but you know, but more centrist. The points got to be watered down. Um, and there was a really big feeling in the left that these people were getting too big for their britches, were becoming moderate, centrist, maybe even conservative. And it was less about movement politics and changing things than becoming the next big online celebrity. I don't know. I can't read minds. All right. I don't know any of these people personally. I don't know what their motivations are. But I do know it's very hard to be a rich leftist. You know, once you come up in a system, it's kind of hard to put that system down. You know, just like during in the antebellum South, you could have slave owners who, like, I hate slavery, I despise it, I detest it, I want it gone. But if I didn't do this, then I couldn't afford my farm, I would lose it, and then the people who I have would be sold off to other plantation owners who would not be as nice as I am. You know, I try to do right by my people and treat them as people. They wouldn't. You know, it's not me, it's the system. Just like in the earliest 20th century, during the height of the Industrial Revolution, you might have people who go, you know, I hate employing children. I hate child labor. I wish it was banned. But if I didn't employ children to work 18 hours a day, my business would go under and they would have nothing and probably go to work for somebody who didn't care as much as I did. It's not me, it's the system. And probably if you heard anybody make that argument, you would be like, no, fuck you. No, fuck you raw. It's like, Okay, yeah, the system's fucked up, but you're still participating and continuing the system. Just shut the fuck up. And what I hear now out of a lot of the former left tubers, it's like, no, I hate capitalism. Capitalism sucks. Capitalism is horrible. But that's the system we have. I need to eat. I need a place to live. I need water. You know, I have a family to take care of. And whether I am the owner of, Peter Coffin Industries or an employee of Starbucks, either as, business owner or business employee, I'm still in the capitalist system, so why not be the owner where at least I know I'm taking care of my people and furthering leftist ideology? And a lot of people rightly say, no, fuck you. By participating in the system, you're continuing the system. Systems operate by individual participation. If nobody participated in a system, that system would fall and collapse. Now, there is a caveat to that, in that is true, but you would need the vast majority of people to opt out of that system and not participate. And the vast majority of people are not going to opt out of the capitalist system. Therefore, what would be my option? Should I starve? Should I live in the woods? What should I do? And to that I say, I don't have a fucking clue. I don't know. I don't. But I do know that while it's not an invalid argument, it's still kind of a lame argument. And in some cases I think it's a disingenuous argument. The fact of the matter is, if you prosper under capitalism, are you really going to want to see it end? What would happen if capitalism goes away? After you've succeeded in it, after you've become rich, after you not only have met all your material needs, but are able to engage in excess. I mean, do you really, in your heart of hearts, want to see that go? Seriously? Really? Really? So, after a time, you start seeing things like their arguments get watered down, their focus change, and then you start seeing the fissures and, the breaking up and the infighting, and I mean, all this happened on the right too. I mean, for different reasons, but eventually, everybody wants to be the biggest fish in the biggest pond. And if you can't be, then you at least want to be able to take down the one that's bigger than you, or to keep anyone from getting bigger than you. It's human nature, sadly, which is the very reason why capitalism is a corrupt, evil system, because people are evil and corrupt. It's also why, no matter what system you had, whether it be Marxism, getting off economic systems, democracy, totalitarian, anarchy, they would all fail eventually, because human beings are wretched, horrible creatures. And I made 2 of them. So fuck me. Anyway, I absolutely love and adore my kids. And I hopefully will raise them to be better than I am, and to be more loving, more thoughtful, smarter, um, more empathetic, and just to be better in every sense of the word than I am, and their mother is. But that remains to be seen. Off on that tangent, back to the original point. But as the bread tubers started to get bigger, their audience, which normally is not as affluent, um, maybe lower middle class, working class, started to feel really estranged and alienated from them. Just understandable. And when the knives came out and they started to turn on each other, it just fueled it. So now when I look at a lot of left tube and bread tube videos, I'm just bored with it because it's the exact same bullshit, just repackaged. But it's like, do you even believe half the shit you're saying? It's like, you're living in a nice house, a nice apartment, you're making a shit ton of money, you are a celebrity, you are wealthy, and I'm supposed to believe you're still down for the cause? How do you know what it's even like anymore? Like I said, that's a value judgment, and it's a value judgment honestly based a lot on envy and jealousy. Because at the end of the day, we all kind of want to be rich. We all kind of want to be living in the big house, with the nice clothes and the fancy cars. Some of us legitimately don't. We just want enough to have a comfortable life, but let's face it, we want it all. Most of us. And I'm no different. I'm in that boat. Shit. Yeah. I'm this neo-Marxist now, but I guarantee you, I'm one winning lottery ticket from being capitalist biggest supporter. Not really, but you get the idea. So, what is the future of left tube or bread tube? Does it even have one? Once again, I don't know. I don't think the old guard's qualified anymore. But certainly there's no one who's come up who can speak as eloquently or as well as they did. I mean, maybe we don't need left tube or bread tube anymore. I mean, the old content's still out there. I mean, it can still be discovered. I mean, do we need more? Maybe. I don't know. But that's just how I've been feeling about a lot of things lately. Hence, that's why I chose the dummy head as my avatar this time. Because there's a lot of problems that I see, but I have no real solutions. That, and it's a good metaphor for what I do here. I'm a made-up dummy head, just trying to get likes and subscribers and maybe eventually do something with them. So, anyway, my time's almost up because my phone has a 30-minute limit, and I'm almost there now. So I'm going to wrap this up. Maybe I'll continue this on, because there's a lot of other subjects where I see a lot of problems with, but I have no real tangible solutions for. And maybe I can inspire one of you guys to come up with a solution. I don't have to give you the answers, but maybe I can inspire you to come up with the answers. But anyway, I'll talk to you next time. Bye.